Hello, grade 7. This is Mrs. Lopez. Today we are working on lesson 14, solving inequalities in our module 3 for grade 7. This one is only about solving inequalities. We need to make sure that we really dive into each problem and read to understand. Then we need to take the most important information out of the problem, and that will help us solve it. So let's go into opening exercise. The annual county carnival is being held this summer and will last 5.5 days. You are the owner of the biggest and newest roller coaster, the Gentle Giant. The roller coaster costs $6 to ride. The operator of the ride must pay $200 per day for the ride rental and $65 per day for a safety inspection. If you want to make a profit of at least 1,000 each day, what is the minimum number of people that must ride the roller coaster? Write an inequality that can be used to find the minimum number of people X which must ride the roller coaster each day to make the daily profit. Okay, so what do we know here? What information do we need to take out? We know that the carnival is being held for the 5.5 days. So let's write it down. Um, so the carnival is 5.5 days long. Okay. We also know that the cost or the price per person is $6. Price $6 per person. We also know that we need to pay $200 per day for the rental and $65 per day for a safety inspection. So need to pay 200 per day and 65 as well per day. We want to make a profit of at least $1,000. At least $1,000. We can make more, but we cannot make less. So profit has to be at least, which is more or equal to $1,000. Okay, so that's how much we want to make. So now we have all the information taken out of the whole big word problem, and we need to analyze it. So the question is, we need to find the minimum number of people, X, so we can write that down. Number of people is X, which must ride the roller coaster each day. That's the trick here, each day, to make the daily profit. So if you are looking at the each day expenses, money, insurance costs, price, do we need how long the carnival lasts? No, we don't. We can cross it off. In this problem, this number makes us confused. So we don't need that. What we have is right here, and that's the information we are using for our each day profit. Okay, so we have $6 for each person, and we need to find out how much it's going to be, right? So 6x. We also need to pay, so from that from that money that we are making by people paying us, we need to pay, so it's going to be minus sign, right? $200. And we also need to pay, again, subtract $65. And that has to be all together after we subtract the money. It has to be greater than or equal to $1,000. That is our inequality. Now let's change subtraction into addition of the opposite and solve this inequality. So we are changing minus 200 into plus negative 200 and minus 65 plus negative 65. Now we have two like terms that we can add together, negative 200 and negative 65. So you will have 6x plus negative 265 is greater than or equals to 1000. And now we are just going with solving inequality like the same way we would solve an equation. We would need to add 265 to both parts of our equation. 265 we are adding to both parts. Okay. After we do that, we will get, let's see, 1000 plus 265 is 1265 on the right side. And on the left side, we have 6x is greater than or equals to 1265. Okay, so now we have 6x, we need 1x. So we need to multiply 6x by its reciprocal, 1/6. And what we do to one side, we do to the other side. Okay, and so now we are multiplying 1265 by 1/6, and that is 210 and 8/10. So we will have 6 and 6 simplifies here. X is greater than or equals to 210.8. That is the solution to our inequality. However, when we are describing the answer to it, can I have 210.8 people? No. So the least amount of people, then the people that can go is going to be 211, because we cannot, if we have only 210 people go, we will not reach that daily profit of 1000. It has to be more than that. So we will round to 211 people. The least amount of people in our answer, the least amount of people is 211. Okay, or probably I should say the least number. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next problem. Um, you can see how the words can be confusing, but once we take the information out of them, it's becoming pretty easy to solve. Let's look at example 1. A youth summer camp has budgeted 2,000 for the campers to attend the carnival. The cost for each camper is $18, which includes admission to the carnival and 2 meals. The youth summer camp must also pay $250 for the chaperones to attend the carnival and $250 for transportation to and from the carnival. What is the greatest number of campers who can attend the carnival if the camp must stay within their budget? Okay, so this is a different type of problem. Here we have a strict budget which we cannot exceed. We have 2,000 for everything. So our total number, total money that we have is at most $200. So we cannot spend more. It will be less than or equal to $200. That's how much money we have. Okay. That from that money, we are taking away $18 for each person, for each camper. So a number of campers is X, right? And the price is going to be 18X for each camper. So that is price per camper. Okay. And we also need to pay $250 um, and another $250. Okay, to pay. To pay. All right, so this is all we have, and this is all we need to solve our inequality. Now let's think about it. That 250 is going to be positive or a negative number. Let's think about it. So our price cannot exceed 2,000. right? In that price, from that price, we need to pay 18x and 250 and another 250. So that is going to be addition, not a subtraction from, because that has to be within our budget. We cannot exceed it. Before it was a different situation. All right. So here I have 18x plus 500 is less than or equals to 2000. Okay, so now we add negative 500 to both sides to get rid of it. Negative 500 plus negative 500. Now we have 18x on the left side, less than or equals to 2000 plus negative 500 is 1500. Okay, so now we have that much money. Okay, and now that is being taken care of. We need to multiply by the reciprocal of 18, which is 118, both sides, right? And from here, we know that we will need to simplify 1518. So we are simply dividing 1500 by 18. And that is 83 and 3/10. Okay. And that is repeated, 83.3 repeated. Okay. Now that is the solution to the inequality. But that is not the answer to our questions. The question is, how many campers can attend the carnival? I cannot say that 83.3 campers can attend. What I can say that at most we cannot have 84 people because 84 will exceed our budget. So at most we can have only 83 people. All right. So the answer, the most campers is 83, or the most number of campers. Okay, and the last problem here, there is a typo in this problem. So the carnival owner is the owner of the animal exhibit. It should be the owner of the animal exhibit has to pay the carnival owner $650 for the entire time the exhibit is displayed. It costs $5 a person to go into the exhibit. If the owner of the exhibit wants to make more than 500 in profit for the 5.5 days, what is the least amount of people that need to pay to go into the exhibit each day? Okay, so let's think about it right now again. We have to pay 650 from the entire profit for 5.5 days, right? So we will have 5.5 days is the length of the carnival. Okay, need to pay $650. We also need to pay, well, no, we are making $5 per person. So price, $5 per person. Profit has to be more than 500. So it has to be more than 500. Okay, so now we have all the information and we can summarize it in our inequality. So per day, we are making only 5x, right? 5x. We need to pay 650. So minus 650. That has to be more than 500. Okay. However, we have 5.5 days. This is not each day, right? We have 5.5 days. So we will take 5x and we would multiply it by 5.5. And from that amount of money that we'll make, we will take away 650. Okay? All right. So we have our inequality set up. Now we just need to solve it. We will have to multiply 5.5 by 5x. And for that reason, we need to change our mixed number into an improper fraction. So 11 halves, we are multiplying by 5x. And we can put it over 1. Then we'll have plus negative 650 since we need to change our subtraction into addition of the opposite. And that it has to be greater than 500. I did not change anything yet. I'm just simplifying it. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply 11.5 by 5x to continue the simplifying to see what I will need to add, what I will need to subtract. So I will get 55 halves x, 55 halves x plus negative 650, and that has to be more than 500. Still nothing changed. We are just simplifying. Now we are going to add 650 to both sides of the inequality to be able to get rid of that negative 650. So we are going to add 650 to both sides. Okay. All right. So right now that goes away. We will have 55 halves x is greater than 1150. Okay, so now we have a one-step equation. In that one-step equation, we'll have to get rid of that 55 halves to have 1x. For that reason, we need to multiply 55 halves by its reciprocal. So I'm going to just rewrite that and multiply both parts of this inequality by the reciprocal of 55 halves. So 2 over 55. That is over 1. Okay, once we do that, we will have 1x on the left side remaining. Since we are multiplying by a positive number, the sign stays the same, is preserved. And we will get 2,300 over 55, which is x is greater than, when we divide these two numbers, we will get 41 and 8 tenths. That is the solution to the inequality, but in our equation, in our question, we need to answer how many people have to go to the exhibit each day. 41 will not be enough people. We'll have to have more. So it will be 42 people. So at least 42 people can attend the carnival each day. I'll write it here. At least 42 people have need to attend the exhibit. Okay, this is it for lesson 14. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you in the next class.